Hey, happy day 686 of what's she up to now. She, S-H-E, being Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, me, what am I up to? Also known as what am I up to as I'm transitioning from the brick and mortar corporate world of businesses to the online world of business. I was attracted to the online world of business a couple of years ago and decided I wanted to replicate the success I've had in the offline world in corporate American and businesses. I've been in 27 different industries, which is kind of mind-boggling, right? And had phenomenal success offline, and I've watched and been really curious about the online world, and I thought, can't be that hard. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something online, and I'm going to do it until I duplicate the success that I had in my life offline. Now, it's day 686, so obviously I haven't figured it all out yet, right? But I've been documenting the journey, and that's the purpose of this little segment, this podcast or video, if you happen to be seeing my awesome hairdo on video today. Wrapped up in my cozy robe and my blankie. It's cold. I don't know why, but I'm actually chilly today. Probably getting a cold because I haven't been hacking and coughing enough the last couple of days. So I titled this one Lots, but I want to focus. I think we use this lack of focus, of picking something as an excuse. And so I signed up for a challenge because I don't have enough going on, right? So I signed up for a 7-day challenge called I already forgot it. My goodness. 7-day Field of Favor challenge. It's a 7-day challenge, and it's got a very religious spin to it, which is okay. I am spiritual, not religious, for my own personal reasons, mainly because I dropped dead and I'm still here, and that taught me a lot of lessons and showed me a lot of things that I don't think other people that are still here on the planet have been privy to. And that changed that changed everything for me. Changed the way I look at everything. It changed a lot. But there's other areas that I didn't change that I still need to change. That's one of my biggest lessons learned there. But I decided I would sign up for this Field of Favor challenge. And yesterday was day 1. I'm going to make my video for that after this. For some reason I was nervous. I got in late in the game, and I was tired last night by the time I got done listening to the first challenge, and so I didn't make a video. Now, I think if you've been seeing me, if this is day 686, I'm not really that afraid of making videos. I just didn't have a chance to get to it, so I'm going to do it first thing this morning before today's challenge, which I don't think specific time, so I don't think it's actually going to be until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So again, I'm going to be hanging with my granddaughter, so I will probably listen to it after she goes and hangs with her daddy or her mommy or whatever's going on tonight. But the whole purpose of this Field of Favor is to determine what is the exact arena, where is the exact specific place that you should be playing, that you should be reaching the people that you're destined to reach. And one of my biggest put off things has been actually choosing one thing. If you've been following me at all, you know that I coach everybody on choosing one thing, starting small, starting with one thing, yet I do not always do what I say I'm going to do. I go after little niches, but like everybody else, I fall into the trap of thinking that that's too small a group to serve. I need to serve a bigger group. And the whole purpose of this challenge is to explain that you only need 100 people if they're the right people. You only need 1,000 true fans. Great article, by the way. Google that and read that. You only need 1,000 true fans, true believers, true people that love, trust, follow, and listen to you to make millions of dollars. And if millions of dollars are the thing you want to make. But the only way we impact people is if we start small and we impact the people that we're here to impact. And so I'm really excited to participate in this challenge and see if I can't finally commit to and focus on that little small group of people that I really am here to serve. Because I know that I'm here to serve a group of people I've just flim-flammed around and not chosen. And I know that I haven't chosen out of fear. I'm sure we're going to talk about objections and fear today, because that's always the next thing, right? It's what does this mean to you, and why do you want it? Why do you need to figure this out? So the what and the why are always your first 2 questions, right? I mean, I teach this too. And it's following the same format as all my challenges, because I told you, challenges all follow the same format, which we are day 80 today on my 90-day challenge, the BP challenge for me this time, a health or lifestyle or business challenge for the other people that are participating. But for me, it's about lowering my blood pressure. And we're to the systemization and automation section. So for the next 7 days or so, we'll talk about processes, because processes are how you make something a system and then automate that system. You have to first define the process before and create a system out of it. You have to test it and practice it and improve it. And then once it's working and getting you the result consistently that you want, only then will you automate it. And then after you automate it, you may or may not decide to delegate that or offload that from your personal responsibility. So we'll talk about whose responsibility is it. Who is the that should actually be doing the process that you automated? Because I am very good at, was very good at in my offline life of creating processes and systems and then deciding, and the reason I created the process and the system was so that I didn't have to do it and I didn't have to do everything myself. So I would help to define and create and improve and perfect the system. Once we got the system down to the point where we could continuously improve it, then we would automate that. After it was automated to the extent it could be automated, then we would talk about, okay, who's the best person to do this? Who does this really belong to? And then we would, that's how I offloaded, 90% of my personal responsibility of my work. Now, I still kept a percentage of things. I kept my finger in the pie of the things that were critical and important for me as the leader and the driver of my organizations to pay attention to and to be cognizant of and to lead and be the visionary for. But I let go of all the other things that could be done better by other people because they were definitely not my genius zone, or even things that I liked to do. I could be very good and proficient at them, but a lot of them I hated doing. And so I was perfectly happy to, systematize, automate, and then delegate those things. And that's what we're talking about for this last segment of the 90-day challenge. Because again, this is the whole process over and over and over again, so that by the time people get through one of my 90-day challenges, they absolutely positively understand and know, and it's automatic for them how to handle challenges and obstacles that pop up in their life. That's my underlying driver and purpose. So, the 90-day challenge, we've got the holidays coming up. Yikes! We've got this new 7-day challenge that I'm doing. Plus, I'm still doing my 365-day Happy Everyday challenge, which is just based on this little book, so I can focus on being happier in my life this year. Next year, I told myself I kind of didn't want to do another 365-day challenge next year. That's a lie. I kind of do want to do it, and I obviously know I want to do it because I picked out the book for this next year's challenge this summer up at the cabin again, which I've done the last 2 years in a row, or 2 years in a row. And I actually picked out another book, but it wasn't appropriate. It was how to be more creative and doing one thing every day that makes you more creative or something. I can't remember what the title exactly was. It's orange, and I think it's packed away. I don't think I kept that out when I moved to this temporary location. So it's somewhere. I just don't know where exactly. It's probably in my storage unit, right? It's probably in my storage unit. But I've got next year's picked out. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's going to be more, again, and the positive track. We started out, first year I did this, I did do one thing every day that scares you to stretch my comfort zone and basically get me over the fear of doing video. Then this year I've done do one thing every day that makes you happy, because I wanted to be happier in my life. I wanted to focus more on happiness. It's so natural and so, oh my God, overwhelming in the world these days and in our environment. All of the negative messages, all of the negative people, all of the negative situations around us. And it's up to us to choose to not be affected by those. It's up to us to decide to be happier, to look for the beauty and the happiness and the love and the light that's in the world and surrounds us all. So that was this year's challenge. And like I said, I kind of was feeling like, oh, I don't want to do it next year. But I really do. It keeps me going, and I need habits and things on a personal level that motivate me, make me happy, and keep me going. And the next year's thing, it's right along the lines of happy every day, but not happy. It's something different, just so you know. It's not going to be a repeat, because there's things I like and things I don't like. I'd love to do, and maybe after next year, maybe or even next year, I'll start just doing my own 365-day challenge, because there's so many different things that the power of doing one little thing every day, if people realize the power of just making one step, one action, one call, 5 minutes on the internet, 5 minutes meditating, one little thing a day that focuses us on the big goal or objective that we want, how fast we would start knocking off goals on our goals list. They would value that time and prioritize that time above all else. That would be your sacred 5 minutes or half hour every day where nobody could take that away from you. Nobody could interrupt that. So I guess I'm on kind of a mission to help people understand how powerful they are, that the best thing you can be is to be yourself and do your one thing every day. So plenty of things going on for me this time of year, and that's why I think I was attracted to the Field of Favor challenge, because in 7 days they guarantee that we are going to figure out our field of favor. And the first step of serving other people is figuring out who are the people that you want to serve. Just again, it's the want thing. Want, why do you want it? And then everything else falls into place. I think after teaching it for decades, and specifically online for a couple of years, that I would actually 100% be doing it. But isn't it interesting that all of us still fall into the do as I say, not 100% as I do realm? And once we realize that, then guess what? We have to do something about it. So I'm in the position of, I've realized it for a long time, but I wasn't doing anything about it. I was consciously not doing anything about it and procrastinating, and I don't know what for. I'm sure I've got some fear or some reason or some excuse that I could make up, but the truth is, I'm just like everybody else. I get afraid of things, and I procrastinate, and I put things off, and I don't do things, and it's always out of fear, right? The only reason we don't do things is out of fear. So that's it. That's all I've got for you today. I don't even know what's going on this weekend. I know it's going to be a busy weekend. We're coming up on the holidays. It's actually Friday the 13th. If you're listening to this the day I'm making it, it's Friday the 13th. And I didn't think I'm superstitious, but every place I've written 12, 13, 19 today, I've written Friday on it. Just like I have to emphasize it's Friday the 13th. I don't know why. Shame on Freddy and all those Friday the 13th movies. I think they've ruined all of us and impacted us in maybe not the best positive ways. Who can think of a Friday the 13th and not think of that mask and those long skinny fingers? I can't. I guess I can. I just don't choose to. It's kind of fun. I used to be terrified of scary movies, and I would not watch scary movies. And then after my sudden cardiac arrest, for some reason, I find scary movies fascinating and humorous. And since that event, which is really weird, because up until 2010, I don't think I ever watched a horror film or a scary movie. I hated them. Maybe I had seen a couple of them, like The Exorcist or something up until that point, but not very many because I hated them. I mean, I know I'd never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre or any of those scary movies. I hadn't seen any of the Freddy movies or the Friday the 13th or the Nightmare on Elm Street, none of that, or Amityville Horror or ghost stories or anything. And since that event, for some reason, I'm fascinated by all those type of things. So scary movies, vampire stuff, werewolves and stuff, I just find them comic relief and stress relieving. And so I every once in a while I'll go on Netflix and I'll watch some of those just for fun while I'm writing something or doing something else, because I like to multitask. Anyway, have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Remember, I told you secretly you can get me on Voxer. If you don't know what Voxer is, look it up. It's an app on your phone. It's a walkie-talkie app. Who says that you can just hit me up on Voxer? Like, nobody. But the reason I say it is I know that nobody will. So, and it's not that I don't want you to. I want you to. If you've got a concern or a question or something I can help you with, I want you to hit me up. But my whole point is most people never ask. Most people are too scared even to ask. How do I know? I used to be that way too. Anyway, have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, Pajama Grandma. Comments below, direct message, whatever works for you. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.